Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Wendy here from Little Nest Crafts. I hope that you're all well and that you're keeping safe and that you've had a good week. We're on to Friday now and the weekend is upon us, and what I've been working on over the past couple of days is doing a new project for Rachel and Bella Crafts. I'm part of their design team, and they've brought out this most wonderful kit which I'll show you here, and it's called Woodland Wanderings, and it's an autumn themed kit and it's absolutely beautiful. You'll find it over on their coffee page and in their Etsy shop, details of which you'll find below in the information box below this video. I'll put all the links and everything there for you so that you can pop over and have a look, but it is absolutely a stunning kit. So what I've decided to do is make a little pocketed folio project that you can slip into an autumn journal. And what I've done is I've used a kit I've used a kit that's been produced by Vectoria designs. I've downloaded some of her freebies in the past, and there is a nice little folio pocket as a freebie if you want to pop over to her website as well, download the freebie. And I've used the folio kit as a template to make this little folio that I'm going to use Rachel's design papers on. So I'll just move this to one side so that you can see. And the kit that's over in Vectoria Designs is quite a big kit. You get all the papers and everything to cover this. So what I've done is I only wanted to use the actual template. So what I've done is I've downloaded the 3 pages and cut them out, and what I've done is I've printed them onto 300 GSM paper. So this is quite substantial and makes it nice to draw around. So that's the first page. So I've numbered that number 1, and what I've done, Vectoria, she sorry, it's not Vectoria, I've forgotten what her name is now, but the lady who runs Vectoria Designs, she's put papers that go in to cover these white pieces here. So what I've done is I've made templates for those to cut out as well. So you won't actually get these as part of the kit, you'll only get those that have got the border around. So I've made these myself. So what I've done is I've made a template for that, and I've made templates for those. So I've put them down as 1A, and then page 2, which is that one, I've done a template for there, and they're only rough, just so that it covers the white part. And then page 3 is this one. That's got no template for that. And page 4, and you'll see what they are. They're like a waterfall pocket that's inside the folio. And then 5, I've done a template to go in there. And 6, I've done a template to go in there. And 7, I've done a template to go in there. So that's all the templates cut out. And then what I've done is I've taken some of Rachel's backing papers, and you'll find these in her kit. You can just see them up in this corner. There's a wood themed one, which is that, and there's another wood themed one that goes vertical, and this goes horizontal. So I've cut that. And there's this, which is like Hessian background, which is over here. And then on the back of the Hessian is like a cracked plaster, which is that one over in this corner, so I've backed that piece. So what I've done here is I've cut out template number 1, I put it round, cut it round, and I've done the score lines. So that's number 1. And then number 2, I've done the same thing there, and I've done it so that I can use it that way, and I've put the straw on the back there, and then so that's number 2, and then number 3 and 4, which are these pockets here, I've cut those out of the wood theme there, 3 and 4. So now I've got to decide what I'm going to use to do the lids, you know, to do the flaps down on the pockets on these. So what I was thinking was, going back to Rachel's papers, what I was thinking of using is, these are some of the other papers that I'm going to use these as fussy cuts to put in my little folio. When it's done, there's some tags. They're beautiful tags. And then you've got loads and loads and loads of little ephemera cards and labels and tickets. And I've backed these with the watercolour so that you can write on the back. And I've backed the tags with the Hessian. And then these ones I haven't backed at all because these will be stuck down somewhere in the folio. And then you've got some postcards and some ATC cards there with autumn themes, mushrooms and foxes and all sorts on. Little hedgehog there. These are your postcards. And then you've also got labels there, so I printed those 2 to a page. So these have all got to be fussy cut out, which I'll do. And then these are the ones that I'm going to use to do my flaps and things with. So I printed those 2 to a page as well. And they're absolutely beautiful. They're all embroidered. So for those of you who like embroidery, you know, these papers are absolutely stunning. And you've got that one there, that's 2 to a page as well. And that's there, 2 to a page. And look at those, aren't they absolutely gorgeous? And then same again. And then these are your sort of background pages. There are collage themed papers as well, that's from one of the collage backgrounds. And there's another embroidery one there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go away and I'm going to fussy cut all these out, and you don't want to see me doing that. And then I'm going to decide what papers I'm going to use to use for my flaps on my pockets, and I'll be back and you'll be able to see what I've decided. So I'll see you later. Bye for now. Welcome back everybody, it's Wendy here again. I've fussy cut all my bits and pieces out here, so everything that you saw on the pages that I showed you has been cut out. So I'll leave that little pile there. There's all the words, flowers, cards, etc, etc. And then this is the main body of the folio. So what I have actually done is I've printed on the back, this is part of Rachel's kit, 2 of the papers, the background pages, and I've printed that on the back and that on the inside. But you can you know, have it that way on if you want to make that the inside and that the outside. And there are other background pages that you can choose from. So it's up to you really which one you pick. So we're going to stick these together, and I'll just get my glue. Use the glue of your choice. I'm down to collal glue at the moment because I've actually used all my glitter glue, and I've got oodles of collal, so I want to use up some of my stock. So this does take a little bit longer to dry. So this is the main body, as I say, and it goes this way round. Oops a daisy, I've got a pin there that's escaped. Just pop that in there. And then this is the bottom of it. So I'll just pop that up there for now. And we'll glue this part on. So just pop some of that on there. And then tuck it underneath there and join that together. So you've got, these are the side pockets, or side tucks if you don't want them to be a pocket. And on the video, Vectoria Designs video, she does actually glue these down and uses them as pockets, but I might use them as flaps yet, so I've not decided yet. So I'll just pull that down a little bit, and I'll just make sure that folds over on my score line, and it does. And then these side pieces get tucked in here. So we'll do that. Excuse my Jasper being noisy. I don't know, these days they seem to bark at the drop of a hat. They're very reactive dogs, are spaniels. I used to have golden retrievers and they're so docile and placid. It's been a bit of a, a baptism of fire having working cocker spaniels, but I love them to bits, and I wouldn't be without them. My husband might have differing opinions, although he loves them to bits as well. I think he thinks we're too old to have dogs that are so active. Now I've got a pencil mark there. I will remove that. Let's see if I can do it with that actually while I'm about it, and it does work. Oops. So there we are. I think it just needs to come down a smidgen. That's already dry, so I'll snip that where it's a bit uneven, straighten it with the scissors, and then this is the top flap which will go there, and we'll do the same then. Let that dry. There we go. There we are. Okay, so that is the base for your folio. Let me just do that score line again. Make sure that everything closes, and it does. And this one flaps up there. And we have got like a there we go. And then what we do is we put a button on there and some twine to close it. So that's the base of the folio, and then inside we're going to decorate with the papers from the kit. You've also got these two panels, and what I've done is I've printed on both sides, and these are for your waterfall section. So if you notice, it's a bit difficult to see on here, but you've got two score lines, and one set of score lines is wider on one of the panels than this panel here. So if I hold it up like that, you can see the different thicknesses. So the thin one nestles inside the other one, and then when you open them up, as you can see, it gives you 4 pockets. So you've got one there, one there, one there, and one there, and these get glued down in this center section here. And same again, you can you know, I've used the wood background page, but you can quite happily, you know, match it up with what you've already done. But I wanted to showcase, you know, the papers for Rachel and Bella, so that will get glued in here. And then I've printed off some backgrounds, not backgrounds, but I've printed off some of the embroidery papers, and they're absolutely stunning, to see where I'm going to place them. So I've also done one of the background sheets as well that I liked, because that had got the birds on, and that was actually like that. It was like a scene. So I didn't know whether to use them on the inside, and I also like these too. To go on the inside like that, like so. We'll have two the same. That was like that. I suppose I could do that, but I think it's nice to have different ones. You could also cut them to shape to go on the inside of your flaps as well. And then on the outside, I quite like those on the outside, the scenic ones, because what will happen is that will get folded in, that will be folded in there, these side bits will be folded in too, that could be down there, that folds upwards like so, and that would make a nice outside piece, or that one would as well. I mean, they're absolutely gorgeous. It's so hard to choose what you're going to use. But personally, I think I'm going to use that one for my outside piece there, so I'll get that stuck down. bit in the middle. Oops, let me hold on to that. There we go. And then on the back, I might put the other piece that I've got. Where did I pop it? It's in here somewhere. Let's have a look. There it is. To put this on the back there. Yep, I'm going to do that. Go. How lovely does that look? And I'm going to put another score line actually in my flap, because by the time this has got some things in it, it's going to need to be a little bit fatter. So there we go. That's easily remedied. Make it nice and crisp there. Make the other one nice and crisp as well. Now then, I think I'm going to glue these pockets in as well. So just bear with me 1 second. Make sure they're level. And I'll just put my ruler in to press it down. And then pop some glue on there too, on that spine. And we'll open this section. And pop that in as well. In the centre there. Just making sure it's straight. That it folds up nicely. Yep, I think we're okay. Just be careful, because with it being a wet glue, I can end up gluing my pages down. And we don't want that. So it had seeped out a little bit on that one, so I'll just leave that dry for a minute. There we go. Now then, I'm put that flap down there. Just see what we could have for a background piece. See, that looks rather lovely. When that flips up, just see the top. Or should we go for the dark piece? Oh dear, it's come unstuck. There we are. And I'm leaning towards that one a little bit more. And maybe put this one underneath. There too. Let's have another look. Yeah, because that one you've got the tree, the bottom of the tree. Yeah, I think I'll go for the darker one. It's a bit more uniform, and I'll put that one to the bottom. Yeah, I hope that you're enjoying Rachel's kits. I know most of us do. Enjoy her collaborations. I'm sure she's got another one under her sleeve. So hopefully I'll be able to participate in that. But her kits just seem to get better and better. And I especially like these that are embroidery based as well, because obviously Bella's got a part a pochon, or what, I can't remember how to say it, but her speciality is slow stitching, and especially like her fabrics and things, and the things that she does with them. There we go. Now then, Rachel's kit wasn't actually made for this folio, so I'm just adapting it really. So, you know, the world's your oyster, because they're such gorgeous papers. You can choose what you want. And, you know, she makes background papers. And you can choose your own design. Now then, let's have a decisions. Now, these were originally pockets, suppose we could actually use them as a pocket and put something on the front here. Which might look nice. So just bear with 1 second. So what I've done is I've just gone and fished out a few more of the papers that I've printed, and see what we got that would go on the sides. Because what I was thinking was, these are the templates. Those are the templates that I've got to go in here. And you could actually let's just have a look. 5A. They could have been a bit, that one's a bit better fitting, I think, than that one. So I'm just wondering if or whether the darker side would be okay. Or you could go for something like a leaf. Something like that. Let's have a look and see. I printed these 2 to a page, as you can see, just to make the design a bit smaller, and I'll cut the borders off, but because I've put 2 to a page, it always makes you have a little white border around, on my printer anyway, so we'll end up having to cut those off. So move those out the way. Just see. What that would look like. That one's more matching of the colour scheme that's in it. Right, so do we want them to be the right way up? Or that way? Let's have a look and see. Let's cut one out. I'm going to make it slightly bigger than I'd originally. If it doesn't look right, we can always cut it down a bit. Well, like that. And we'll do the same with the other one. Ooh, no. This one's going to have to be smaller. I never thought of that. I think we've just got enough. Let's see. So that's the 2 templates. Keep my scraps. So that would go up there like that. Maybe, yeah, we'll stick these down. I don't dislike them. And the same on there. There we are. Make sure those can still close. And they can. And how about we put that one in the bottom? Yeah, okay. Oops, a daisy. And then these are pockets, and I think I will actually use them as pockets, so I was going to use them as flips and make little pockets on the inside. Let's have a look and see what we've got in the way of bits and bobs to put in them. I'll just move my papers out the way. have a look what we've got, because there's lots of little bits and bobs that we can use as tuck spots. See there, or that could be a pocket on the front of there. And we've got, what we got here, we've got bottles and things. See, that looks lovely, doesn't it? Yes, I will make that one a pocket. And I know what I haven't done, which I can do. Just put a bit of, before it glues. Oh, sugar. Good job I noticed that. I bet you were all screaming at me, weren't you? I'm sealing up my pocket. So I'll let that dry. Oh, goodness me, goodness me. Have I got a piece of paper I can glue down? Right. So I've inked all of my ephemera, so we can stick that on the front. Trouble is, you're getting so excited to put things down, I'm not thinking what I'm doing. There we go. So pop that on there. That is just perfect for that. So I'll keep it open now so that this edge will dry, but that will actually glue down there. And then we want something for this side as well. These tags can tuck in the side there, see? Or you could put a plain tag in there. Or a nice green one. Oh, these are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So that's that on there. Now then, what are we going to put on the front of the pockets? Got a nice heart there, which could be a tuck spot. That's drying nicely now. I think what I'll do, I'll glue that down. just so that we know where we are. And then I'll pop a little tag or something in there just to make sure. What tag? That's nice. So we'll glue this one down as well. So we'll ink that first while I'm thinking about it. There we are. In fact, I think that one's a little bit ski with, so I'm going to just trim that down a little bit. Okay. So, what have we got to put along the edge of this pocket? We've got flowers, another bottle, we've got some mushrooms, what else we got? I thought there was a big long flower. Yeah, there it is. So we could have a flower. And we've got some leaves. You could do that. Butterfly. Some bottles. That might be nice. hearts. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Oops, daisy. And there's lots of ephemera with the kit, as you can see. I'm just wondering if there's some really tiny tags. Yeah, there is. Yeah, I'll put that up the top there, figure 1. Stamped up bottle. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to make that a little side tuck so that you can pop something in, but I might not necessarily put anything in it for now, but the option's there if I want to, because you've got these little side tuck like that. So I think I might leave that there just to remind me. Or what's this one? Wild at Heart. Here we go. And what else have we got that we can put there? Little hedgehog. Yeah, I quite like that. I love hedgehogs. I've probably told you before, but for 7 years I volunteered for our Hedgehog Helpline Cymru, and because hedgehogs are becoming quite endangered here in the UK, because they're losing their habitat, and they get run over by cars, and they get horrendous strimmer injuries from people strimming their gardens without checking if they've got any hedgehogs in residence. And I used to specialise looking after the little hoglets, so we used to get little tiny baby hoglets in this, you know, late spring. And I used to have an incubator here in my dining room, and it was always full of baby hedgehogs, and I was known as the hedgehog lady locally. And had been known to take hedgehogs on holiday with me in a camper van that were on 2-hourly feeds, etc. So when we were camping, people used to come over and chat to us. Let's have a look at that. Was that a bit too much? We've got that flip up to do. I'll leave that as is for now. Just leave my little tag in there as a reminder. Or I could put a little card in, like so. But I quite like the idea of a little tag, wild at heart, because of my little wild hedgehog there. So I'll do the hole punch and put a little bulb clip or something in there. So we've got that bottle with my tag in there, and then we want some pockets or something on the inside of, it's on the inside of these. Or we could have some tuck spot type things where you can put things behind. So let's have a shufty. So I'll consider that one done. Oops, a daisy. Throw that one in there. Right. Now then. What have we got? Could have a little pocket. Oh, we've got a heart shaped pocket. That might be nice with the heart, with the mushroom, and having a mushroom in that corner. What we're going to put on these other pockets. And we've got some postcards here as well. So you could have a nice postcard on each of those. How many have we got? We've got 4 postcards, and there's 4 pockets. So I think that has been decided for us. So we'll go to the back one, although that's a larger pocket, isn't it? So for the front one, I think this one for the front. Try and centralise it a bit. There we go. And then what have we got there? Let's have a look. Tags, circles. That pocket's not quite long enough. That one's long enough there. I don't know whether I want to see it poking out the top. So we've got that one there. Yeah, quite like that one. Same again, I'll make that a little pocket, a little tuck spot. I mean, you can use these for putting in your there we are. Some of these pieces of ephemera. And then we could have a side tuck spot there. Yeah. To put our little bits and bobs in there. So I'll stick that down there. And then he could go in there. With one of these little ones. Or shall I stick with those? The same as what's in that one. go. Just helps to differentiate between the pockets. Oops. There we go, and then we've got some more tags, hearts. Hang on, let's have a look. Maybe a nice little heart popping out of there with a yeah, so that one's in there, and then we'll have another one, another postcard down that way. Oops, just make sure it's straight. I'll finish off the inking later, not inked on both sides of these. I tend to go through everything when I've finished to check that I've done all the inking and different things. Just tuck those down a little bit, although you can see those, that one there, so I don't suppose it matters. Yeah, that's better. And that one's at the side, so you won't really see those. Right, everybody, what I've done is I've stopped the video and I've closed up the folio, what we've done so far, because the video was actually approaching 2 hours long. So I'm going to split it into 2 sections, and there'll be part 1 and part 2. So I do hope that you don't mind, because I didn't think you would all want to sit there for 2 hours watching this folio be put together. And I don't think that YouTube like you to have great big long videos like that. I'm not really sure. If you leave me a hint in the comments section, so that I know for future reference, if you don't mind the videos being long, because I suppose that was more of a craft with me rather than just doing a demo. It was like a craft along. So if you don't mind them being 2 hours long, then I won't edit them in future. But for this one, as I said before, I'm chopping it into, editing it and dividing it into 2 sections, part 1 and part 2. And you'll find them in my playlist on YouTube, the details of which are below the video here. So I'll close this video now. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate you all. You know, for anybody who's new, welcome, and I hope that you've liked what you've seen so far and that you'll join me for part 2. And for my regular subscribers. Thank you again. It's great that you are so loyal to me, because I am a new YouTuber, and it is a big learning curve, and I'm still a bit green around the gills, and I just thank you for your patience, and it's great that you're you're coming on my journey, as it were. So until next time, until part 2, I'll say bye for now. Bye now.